Guy in 32 from Nottingham Hall, Alex Elliott.
This is Tuesday, the 23rd of June. Yesterday, on Monday, the 22nd, was open qualifying for me. One of the biggest milestones of the year, something I've been working insanely hard towards. Let's watch back the entire round from start to finish. This is raw. It's unedited. It's just me reacting to a true tournament high stakes round. So let's get on with it. Now, this is the first hole. It's a par 5. It's 4-7-2. Now, the wind was a little bit down off the left. All I'm going to say is, I probably should have hit 3-wood, but I hit driver because I went for the biggest head because I was so nervous. What you can't see here is there's so many people behind. But I did pull it a little bit, end up in the bunker, but I'll be honest with you, I was happy just to get it off that tee and in play. Now, with it being a par 5 and it's playing seriously fast and firm, I hope when we watch this back together right now, it comes across like that. So I went with 9-iron. I laid up, and this was the perfect club because I could hit it as hard as I wanted to, and it was never going to reach that far bunker, like you can see here. I will add, it got a little bit closer to the bunker than I thought it was going to. But we played a worldie. I had 54 yards. In my head, I'm trying to land it 45. I played it with 58, low and spinning. We got off to a dream start, not after a dream drive. Now, looking back on this, it was a little bit tentative, if I'm honest. I should definitely have been a little bit better there. But in the back of my mind, it's a par 5. We start with a par. It's not the end of the world. Now, the second hole here is actually a real toughie. It's a long par 3. And it's playing, from my memory, I'm going back now. It's weird because in the tournament, you just sort of focused on each shot at a time. Usually, I can go back to it and be like, it was this far. I'm not doing it. But it was around about playing about 190, and I went with 5-iron. As you can see, like a really big high draw, and this was a 10 out of 10 shot. So we're sort of 2 holes in here nearly, and I've flushed every single one of them. Every single shot. Now, this putt here had about 6 foot of right to left break on it, up the hill. But if I got it a little far past, it would just go. Now, as we go through this round, there's actually loads of little things that I learned from the first tournament vlog at Vale Royal, where my short putting was a little bit abysmal. So I really learned from that, and that's something that I took into this round. So on to the third. 4-iron this. Now, this looks like it's gone miles right, but it's not actually as far right as it looks. It got a bit of an unfortunate kick, apparently, and it ended up behind this tree. Now, you saw that lie. It's a shocker. It's really bad. So I'm just taking a few practice swings away from it, because I didn't want to let any debris to go near the ball. Did you see how far left it just came out? I was a little bit distraught, to be honest. But then I put myself in a position to play a great shot. And in the air, me and my playing partners, we were like, I wouldn't have had that back. But one thing, it doesn't look as much from here, but it's so downhill. So I played 1 in the trees, 2 short the green, 3 on. This is from a par. And this is something that I struggle with. Early doors in this round, the greens are so quick. They were like 10.5 on the stimp, I'm going to guess. Quick. Something that I'm personally not that used to. So I found it hard to pick that line. So that's our first drop shot of the day. We made bogey, and through 3 holes, heading onto the 4th tee, we're 1 over par. Not ideal. Not ideal, because you know the score's going to be low. But one thing that I was really happy with, I kept my composure right here, pulled out 4 on the next, and absolutely bulleted this down. Really, really happy with this shot. Now look where they put that flag. Like from the tee, from the approach shot, it literally looks like it's tucked up behind the bunker. There's a little more room than it looks. I don't think I got this club wrong. I had 125 and I hit a knockdown 50, and it ended up a little long. But I think it's really hard to judge. One thing that is hard to judge is how far downhill this putt was. Look at it, it just keeps going. I really feel if I had a caddy from the local club, straight away I'd be a shot better on this green. Right now, because they would have just told me, look Alex, it's really quick. Yeah, I'm probably mouthing some expletives to myself right there. Ah. Okay, so we're 2 over through 4. And what's psychologically hard looking back on this is, I genuinely don't feel I've missed a shot. I know that's hard to say, but I don't feel like I've missed a shot at this point. So this was 7-9. This was actually playing 1-7-5. The flag was right at the back, tucked over the bunker. Sunday flag positions. And in hindsight, I got a little greedy here because I was chasing a score. I just gone bogey, and I got greedy. But I played a worldly little bit of a 9-9, run up the hill, and I thought, you know what, we'll say par here. No, a little bit low. So we're 3 over through 5. Tough gig, really tough. Psychologically right now, inside, I know I'm looking at myself right here and it's killing me. So everybody that I played with actually hit 3-wood here. I again went with driver. It's one of the strongest parts of my game, so I thought, why not back yourself? And you know what? I'm glad I did. Absolutely backed myself, ripped driver down the middle, and on this is the stroke index 1 hole, the toughest hole on this golf course. I left myself a wedge in. I had 145 in, and I went with a pounded wedge. And we got a clap, we got a ripple. So in my head I'm like, oh, we're close, we're going to get a good chance of making one back here. But this putt, watch it. Come on, break. I'm thinking break. Ah! It's just a little firm again. Every single time, just a little firm. But I guess on a stroke index 1, it steadied the ship. So that's not end of the world. Pushed it a little bit down the right. One thing that you've seen here is a few of these tee shots are like semi-blind. So you've really got to trust your line. I got away with this one. I'm not going to lie. I ended up in the trees, but I had a clear shot. I had to play it a little bit low, but I'll be honest with you, I don't mind that shot with my wedges. So it was straight up my street. 125 to the back flag. I grabbed pitching wedge, back foot, punched it in there. Really good shot. Really happy with this one. And I thought, you know what? Another outside chance. A little low, a little firm. Can you see what I mean? Like, we're 7 holes in here, and I feel like I've hit some really good shots. So this next hole is, again, a really tough demanding tee shot. One thing that I'd say about this golf course is it's very tough and demanding off the tee, especially when it's fast and firm, because you feel like the fairways just become narrower. So I was trying to draw this one. I didn't draw it. I just hit a bit of a push, but I ended up in an okay position. I have to move this quite a bit left to right, but I genuinely didn't mind this shot because I got a good lie. This was 165 out. I chose 7-9 because I was trying to bleed it a long way. Let's see how I got on. Just aimed a bit too straight there, didn't I? Just right at that bunker. And it sat down and stopped pretty quick. You can even see it there. Okay, 8 holes in. I kind of like my demeanour. I don't look too bad right now. Inside, that killed me. Again, like I mentioned in the first tee, we had quite a bit of a crowd watching us. So, hitting that shot, the last thing I wanted to do is actually turn around and look at people. In my head, get in your bubble, hit a good bunker shot, and I did. What that doesn't show is right there, is how downhill that shot is over the bunker, which is why I was trying to land it just over. In my head, I was like, get the chip just over. It would have been way easier if I actually finished in the bunker. But that is a smelly 5-footer left to right. And I'm really proud of this putt. Having been 3 over, it would have been very, very easy to make a double here and go 5 over. But I didn't. I hold that and made a bogey. We stand here on the 9th hole 4 over. And I'll be honest with you, even though this is 4 over, this is an absolutely pounder drive. I hit this so good. And it's weird. Being 4 over at this point, one of my playing partners is about level par. Andy, I didn't feel that far away because the course is playing fast and firm. You sort of knew you could get some good bouncers, some bad bouncers. So this is a driver, then a 5-iron into the 9th par 4. I couldn't have hit a better shot. It came out a little bit thin, came out a little flat, but I'll be honest with you, that was kind of a great outcome because it's always going to chase a little bit up that hill. So now I'm still on the 9th green, 4 over par, and we've got around 35, maybe 45, 50 foot for eagle. Downhill, left to right. My eyes are lighting up. It's just a bit tentative, wasn't it? Come on, roll. I'm like, roll. It was so hard to commit to that. But We make a birdie. We go back to 3 over. So the 11th hole, so the 10th hole, sorry, is a par 5. So you're thinking positive, going, okay, I've got another par 5 coming here, so I've got a great chance of actually getting another shot back. Bit pushed to the 3-wood, but you know what? Not the worst shot. Ran out of room a little bit, but it being a par 5. I was reminding myself what happened on the first. A little bit out of position, put myself back in position, hit a good pitch shot, have a chance of making a birdie. So I did just that. I grabbed 6-iron, punched it. It was around 200 yards to that bunker, but this absolutely came out like a rocket. See the bounce, look at it. That was just crazy bouncing. And from there, I didn't know if it was short or long, but thankfully it was short of the bunker. And look how soft this is at the front of the green. A bit short. So again, an outside chance of making a birdie here, but from that tee shot, probably not the worst. A little tentative, and you can sort of see that up to this point, I wasn't super confident on the greens. It's funny, I was away last week playing with Tom, and the greens are a bit slower. I was way more confident, but the shot was not lost. 2-iron off the 11th. That was pounded, that. I'm really happy with, I set up for a draw, and that came out like a draw. That 2-iron is just a rocket. This is a really tough flag. False front, wedge. How good this shot is. It's crazy. I'm looking back at this, going, you actually look like you're playing great shots, pal. Like, if I was watching this at someone's round, I'd be like, you know what? You've not held your fair share, but actually, your game looks really, really good. Another look by the wayside. I'm getting like frustrated watching this putting now. Not because of how I'm putting. It's just the confidence to be like, Alex, be confident, hit the putt, trust yourself. Now, this hole is a tricky one. The 12th. Dog leg left to right. I went with 2-iron again. But look at the difference in flight. I set up for a fade, and I faded it round that corner absolutely beautifully. To go from hitting a draw on the last, taking a fade on here, I was over the moon. Now, I remember this shot. I had 9-iron. My eyes lit up a little bit, I'll be honest, because the flag was on the left, the wind was into at the left. I felt like I could like draw it onto this flag. I got too greedy. This actually lands on the green, watch. But because it's so firm and it was coming in with some draw, it just rolled off the back. And that's not the place to miss it. Fuming with that shot. Actually, I don't look that bad. In my head, I'm like, oh, 12th hole here, a little chip. So delicate. I've just got to land this just on. Goodness me. What this doesn't show is that is 4 feet left for a bogey. Mark it. Managed to hold it. There was so many putts that I held like that, just to sort of, I'm going to say, momentum keepers of the round slightly. We make bogey there, we get that one, we lose that shot back. So we're now back to 4 over. Now this tee shot, my playing partners didn't hit driver here, they hit irons or even maybe fairwoods. This landed middle of the fairway. Wait till you see where this finishes. We finish on the right hand side. I know the contours go that way, but when you land it middle of the fairway and you get down here, it's right side, and now I'm blocked out. This is, thought the whole world's against me. Now this was a long chip and run from 150 yards, and arguably the shot of the day. Look where this finishes. I finished pin high, about 18.5 feet away. I have a chance of birdie. And my eyes lit up halfway. Look, it looks in. Just low. No, this wasn't that far away, but I wanted to stick to my routine of something that I'd done all day long, of just mark it, hold it. Vale Royal, I missed that short one. I wasn't letting that happen again. I listened to all your comments. So here, another brilliant shot. I can't literally remember the last time I hit this many good shots in a row. Look how many greens we're hitting. Look how many fairways we're hitting. This is another green on the 14th. Pin high, right, 9-iron. Lovely look at birdie, up the hill. What could have been? Like, I could easily say to you, and you'd watch this and would be like, Alex, you're on a couple under par. I could believe it. If I could get the putter hot. These aren't even bad putts. They're just not dropping. And I know you have those days. So I got with aggressive play here. I went with 3-wood. It was a little bit down the right. So it's okay. The thing is, this fairway, if you start it left, you're blocked out. So you know you've got to be a little bit down the right. It looks like I'm massively behind this tree, but I actually have an angle here. 118 yards, remember this shot, because I grabbed my 50 degree and I was playing that sort of low one. My eyes lit up because I'm thinking, I've got away with one here. You can hit this one close. I couldn't believe how soft the front was. What was really difficult to judge is the greens, if you landed on them past the fringe, were firm. So you had to get a really good strike to stop it. You could stop it on a good strike, and that's not an excuse, but landing it short in the fringe, that they were watered, they stopped quite quick. So we make par here. Nothing lost, we're still 4 over. So in my head I'm like, right, okay, if we go birdie, 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 birdie the last 3, we've got a good chance. So this is 5 iron I hit, and 190 yards, wind was off the left. First time on the day, I'm like, right, I'm going to sling this in with a fade. Look at this shot. This is, I said my chip and rumble shot of the day, but this has to be up there. Look where this finishes. Got a small ripple from the crowd. Well, we actually didn't. The guys in the tee were like, good shot. How's no one had a ripple of applause there? Watch this. Come on, baby. Back to 3 over. Okay, my eyes light up because in my head, I don't know what the scores are right now. I'm like, okay, if you can make another one, you've got another chance. So I aim at this left-hand bunker, the one you can see here on the left side of your screen, with driver, aggressive play, aimed at it, bled it off it. Dream start to these last couple of holes. I've just picked the shot, played the shot, full control of my golf ball. I've now got 100 yards in. I go 58. I'm going at this flag. I push it a little bit, but the one thing I would say is I'm nicely pin high. So, again, how many times have I said this in this vlog, guys? I've got another chance. Now watch what happens. Watch what happens. Here we go, come on. I can cheer myself on here. Break, 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 break. Ah, just a little pacey again. Just the pace of the greens were really catching me out. This is so much further than that looks. But we hold it. We stay 3. Okay, I'm happy with that in my head. So 18 is a really tough tee shot. You have to take it over those trees. Again, a lot of guys, they hit 3 over to the corner. I went with driver, trying to sling it. Bailed out a little bit, I'm not going to lie. It faded a little bit. Didn't quite get it as good as I wanted. Ran out of fairway. But, nevertheless, we got a good lie. I mean, it's an okay lie. So I had 6 iron in my hand. I have 2-12 to the flag. I'm trying to play a 6 iron version of that 5 iron. And I'm thinking it's going to come out hot, this. Club gets caught a little bit. It starts a little bit too far right. Now, there's a bunker 50 yards short of the green. We end up in it. Look, you can sort of see where it's rolled up the edge and come round a little bit. So I play this with 50 degree. And I think I played a good shot. It could easily have been a horror. I could have left it short of the green. I could have locked it through. It could have been a horror. Now, this is probably the putt of the day. And I mean it, the putt of the day. Just a little bit of pace again. But there's 18 holes of what I feel was some of the best golf tee to green that I've played in years. So all the work that I've been putting in on my game, I feel like it's starting to show. The putter, it wasn't bad. I had hit more greens, so relatively I'm going to feel like I'm hitting more putts. But genuinely, that is the best golf that I've played tee to green in a really long time. So my performance, my demeanour, going behind the 8 ball early, not getting off to a great start, even though I felt like I was hitting it good. How I handled myself from start to finish. At 73, finished around 45th. I genuinely feel that is a good move in the right direction. And I want to say thank you to everybody that came out to watch. I really appreciate it. And thank you all for the support on this video. That is a true, honest reflection of my Open qualifying 2026. Let's go again next year.